Hey yo, aim.
Activist. He brings a conservative point of view to black issues. His mission, to provide a forum for honest discussions about social issues without the liberal lapdogs shutting down the discussion. Broadcasting from the American Truth Project Studios in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is Conservative Nation with your host, Jermain Botsio.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Conservative Nation with me, your gracious host, Jermain Botsio. On today's show, as you guys know, it is Tuesday, Double Barrel J Tuesdays, and I got the one, the only, Mr. Mind of Jamal. Mr. Mind of Jamal right now, he's not at his position, so we gonna wait on him. But other than that, how you doing? How are you? Absolutely, how are you doing today? We have an awesome show lined up for you, and you know we're about to get it in, right? Yeah, we about to get it in. You seen last show, right? Remember I told you last show would be good, right? Oh, yeah, we in that territory again. Absolutely. So you know we about to get down to business. My partner in chief has arrived. How are you doing here, sir? How are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing good. Look, I had to find the right shirt. I'm like, where's my shirt?
Don't you worry. We all here waiting for you, and we about to get it in because you know it is Tuesday, Double Barrel J Tuesdays.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. And you know these criminals are still on the march. You know
Yes, they are.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys please do us a favor, a little tiny favor. I need you guys to share, all right? Don't treat me like your grandma when you taste her cookies. You know her cookies ain't worth squat, right? You know it's not good at all. You know it. And then you lie to your grandma, yeah, grandmama, right? And when she turn her back, you spit the cookies out. Yeah, don't treat me like her. Treat me like your granddaddy, the one that always have $100 bill, sticking out of his pocket. That granddaddy. Yeah, the one that always make you smile, right? Absolutely. Treat me like him. Hit that like button. Make sure you share. We got a lot to discuss tonight. And as you guys know, the Luciferians don't want this program to get out. We're not PC. We don't care about your feelings. You know it. You look how black I am. You think I care about your feelings? Come on, hit that like button. Make sure you share. All right. Mr. Minder Jamal, are you ready to flame?
I'm ready to flame because what I just saw, let's go on and flame this on.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and start it off right. First one up here, ladies and gentlemen. First one, I would like to speak to you guys about what they call gospel twerk music. I seen this clip online and it just blew me away. It really did. A lot of people right now have been speaking about the church and how the church has really gone away from the gospel teachings. They have a woman by the name of Beyonce. Minder Jamal, have you heard of Beyonce before, or Beyonce? Have you heard of her?
No, I heard of Beyonce, and I know she of the devil.
Well, this woman here, she put out a song called Church Girl. It has a lot of people, twerking in the church and also throwing holy water on several folks. It seems to have built a narrative that a lot of young gospel singers are now following. I want to go ahead and show you guys this TikTok video that was basically taken at a church event here. And there's a black woman, she's singing a song. And she has some background dancers with her. I want to go ahead and run this clip. When it come back, I want to get you guys' take on this. Is this appropriate, Christian music, or is this what Christianity is now? I'm just asking.
Yes, a joke.
Make sure you share. It seems like all you got to do is say you believe in God and you can do whatever you want.
They're going to be Christian crack pipes, Christian prostitutes. It's going to be Christian. There's no Christian in front of anything.
I swear to goodness. Hit that like button. Make sure you share. Here we go.
Oh, for Jesus. Keep the Lord in mind. When you dirty wine, drop it for Jesus. In the club, shake it to the floor and showing love. I'm on the grind, cause for my sins he died. Cause I know I'll be at the pearly gates for show. I'll be in the number when the trumpet starts to blow. But tonight I gotta drop it low.
Drop it, Jamal. My mind is blowing right now. Drop it low for Jesus. And then you got the background dancer dropping the booty low. My goodness gracious, Jamal. I mean, this is the new gospel music. I thought Kirk Franklin was bad, but apparently he's not. This takes the cake. What do you think here, sir? Okay.
Somebody said this is a parody. Somebody said, I'm looking at it now. Eat all now, saves none for later says, Minister Jap plays this on his channel. It's a parody.
Where did Minister Jab get it from? Did he hire the women to sing the song?
Well, here's my thing.
I'm just asking a simple question. It's a simple question. I understand you.
It's
I understand
evil.
somebody saying it's a parody. Why
It's
would
wrong. Because truth be told,
I don't think it's a parody. I think that he plays it because somebody put that stuff up there. Go ahead,
I'm gonna
brother.
tell you right now, the way these young girls dress when they come to church, that ain't no parody.
It's
The
not.
same way those girls are dressed in that video, many come to black churches like that, and they supposed to be saved 5 and 10 years. Okay, many of them go to the club.
Yup.
The night before, you up in the club, and you sitting up there dancing just like that, but you on the praise team the next morning. Many done had children out of wedlock, not just one, but 2 and 3, and in church on the praise team. So what I think this person made a parody of, if it is what the church has been doing and what has been going on.
I know Minister Jap. That
this,
nigga ain't that slick.
Oh.
He ain't that slick. Minister Jap ain't that slick. Sorry, eat all none for later. He ain't that slick, my brother. He ain't. Go
and
ahead.
it's regardless, this is how people can imagine it, because this is how church is turning out. A lot of these praise dances and all this praise stuff, they call it, the way they dress, the church right now has been watered down so bad because nobody wants to be judged. Nobody wants to be told they're wrong. See, the difference is people take a scripture, twist it so they won't be judged. And these weak churches go along with it because that's that pastor daughter. That's deacon daughter.
Oh, yeah.
That's bishop's granddaughter. And so he love her, so he don't want to speak out against it. But Beyonce got a song called Church Girl. Okay? And they doing it literally in the video, the Church Girl. When it comes to church, the people who were supposed to be upholding Christian values were black.
Yep.
They will tell you black people were more religious than whites, as you know, as a group. But what happened? Feminism and liberals took over the church. That's why you got openly gay pastors, 2 lesbians marrying, calling themselves bishops.
Yup.
That's in the black church. That's why you got somebody done knocked up 3-4 different girls in the church. In the black church.
I know somebody who got knocked up in the church. Jamal, I mean, you don't make this stuff up, Jamal. You're not making it up at all. Now, eat all, save none for later. I can understand that. You say, hey, you know, it's a parody. Minister Jap plays it. I want you to understand, Minister Jap ain't a slick nigga like that. Yeah, I'm just being honest. He's not. I know Minister Jap. He's not. He's not. He played that to let everybody know how crazy these women are out here. These black women.
How bad it's done got.
Yeah, he doesn't have that skill enough to create a parody and stuff like. He doesn't have that skill like that. I'm just being honest. He's a good talker and he brings good things to light. I can tell you that. Absolutely he does. But for him to put on something like that and build it to be a parody, absolutely not. Absolutely not. He don't got a skill like that. That right there, that's a real video. That's a real video. And I want folks to understand how evil that is. to sit there and drop it low for Jesus. It seems like these gospel singers are not really into, singing praise for Jesus. They're into singing praise for money. That's what it seems like. And they know that most folks out there right now, especially the folks that are into the gospel music, they want that hip hop crap with it. You know what I'm talking about, Jamal, right? They've included that hip hop crap in it. And they understand that, hey, the gospel music that gets played the most, the ones that people are bumping the most, got that hip hop type of rhythm in it. You know what I'm talking about, Jamal? So that's why these people are using these type of lyrics and doing these type of things, because they are of the world. That's what they are. That's what they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's an evil thing what they're doing. Drop it low for Jesus, and you got the women turning around, Jamal, and dropping it low. It's an evil thing. Last words here, sir.
Here's the thing, and I hate to say it, but it has to be said. Our community can corrupt anything. If you want to see something corrupted, you want to see something be devalued, let a whole bunch of black folk get a hold of it.
Ridiculous.
It will be torn down, ran down, devalued, not because we're black. It's because of the stuff we like to do. A lot of our Christian music today resembles the music that we supposed to have left because they ain't been saved. That's why you got Christian hip hop. That's why you got girls like Mary.
That's what it is.
Okay? You got girls like Mary who don't want to be holy women. They want you to look at them as if you would look at a unsaved woman, because they want to show their bodies off like unsaved women, because they want to be in that game, that competition to say, oh, she's beautiful, oh, she's sexy, but she got Jesus. You can't have it that way. You
can't do that. Oh my goodness.
And that's what too many are trying and keep trying to do. They are trying to balance the world and be in church, because I'm going to say this real quick, Jermain, just 13 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
The scripture says, be ye up in the world,
but not of it.
But not of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Too many Christians try to be in the world, participate what's in the world, and look as if they still in the world. Because if you really saved, how you appear on the outside matters. The biggest lie ever told. Jesus don't care what you look like on the outside. That's a lie, because there's too many scriptures in the New Testament the way he warned you about certain stuff on the outside. Don't wear pearls. Don't wear gold. Don't wear your hair braided. My girls can't get their hair braided. They can get it. No. Men don't wear long hair.
There you go. I was just about to say that.
So
the
Christ
sprinklers are gone
about stuff. You don't want it to care because you're in it.
Mm-hmm. Too many of the black women are dressing like whores and claiming they're Christian, right? Hey, don't make me lose my Christianity. Yeah, I know you heard that before. Black folks love using that. They love using that. That cliche. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. So I wanted to speak to you guys about this, because there's a lot of folks who are passing this video around, and a lot of people are having problems with this. They're starting to point this out. They're starting to see it in their own lives, and it's very important. They're turning Christianity into a joke. And like I said, if we don't have these principles set, we don't have certain requirements set, gosh darn it, the devil can be a Christian too. Why not, right? What's stopping the devil from being a Christian, right? Yeah, I like to steal, kill, and guess what? I'm a Christian. Come on. We got to be smarter than that. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my guy, Robert Marvin. Donated, took our $10 challenge on PayPal. And what did he say here? Challenges 5 others for a $10 challenge. Shout out to my guy, Robert Marvin, straight out of Minnesota. Shout out to you. Robbinsdale, Minnesota. Shout out to you. You from the Robbinsdale, huh? Okay, I got you. Shout out to you. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Next one up here, ladies and gentlemen, I want to speak to you about alleged gang members being indicted in Atlanta. The Fulton County DA indicted gang members and Atlanta celebrities. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, celebrities got indicted yesterday. I want folks to understand that. They got indicted because of crime and drugs. Crime and drugs, ladies and gentlemen.
They're hanging around with them.
So I want to go ahead and run this. When it come back, I want to speak about it. Because it sounds like this woman, this Fulton County DA, she's a black woman. It sounds like she ain't playing around. I want to go ahead and run it. When it come back, I want to speak about it. Big story right now. Very big story. Black celebrities being indicted. Gosh darn it. Are they going to say it's racism because it's from a black woman? We shall see. Jamal, we shall see if they claim racism because a black woman on their ass. Let's hear it. Here we go. Make sure you shout.
Decided to use symbols. It's what they did once they joined together. What this indictment represents is 16 different victims in our county, 16 different incidents of violence, and 26 defendants. They committed crime everywhere from the south to the north of my county, which included Union City, Atlanta, and Sandy Springs. The earliest crime committed that is captured in this indictment is a 2018 carjacking. The latest was committed just this month. We are aware that crimes have occurred in other jurisdictions, but what this indictment primarily covers are the 16 crimes that committed here in Fulton County. The victims, they do not discriminate, but what they did do is target people who show their wealth on social media. So I do have a message for the public where it is kind of fun to put your things on social media and show off. Unfortunately, these gangs are becoming more savvy, more sophisticated in the way that they target you. And this is a way that we know that they targeted these individuals. And it's because of these great detectives' work where they were able to show that they were following these individuals and using it to their advantage. Some of the celebrity victims included Calvin Ridley, who is a loved member of our Falcons, Brad Guzan, who is a loved member of the Atlanta United team, Marlo Hampton, who is on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Brittany Mealy, who is the mother of Future's child.
Gosh darn, another black person.
Well-known celebrities who have decided to take residence right here in Metro Atlanta because this is a great place to live and we cannot tolerate this. But don't be fooled. This indictment also covers other individuals who are not as famous, but also had their wealth on social media. Lots of social media influencers. The incidences that are in here is, thank God we don't have a murder, but we have kidnapping, we have armed robberies, we have shootings, and we have home invasions. Very violent crimes, things that cannot be allowed in our county, and all done again at the hands of crime, at the hands of gangs. What I want the public to see today is a collaboration of law enforcement, because as they have gotten more savvy, so have we. And so what you have is a collaboration of the Atlanta Police Department, the Union City Police Department, the United States Attorney's Office is here today, the Fulton County Sheriff, the Marshals, and the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. We are working together. We are working collaboratively, and we have a message, and that is get out of this county or expect to start seeing sentences that go life plus. Because I am not going to negotiate with gang members. I am not going to allow pleas. We are going to find you.
Said no
we are
pleas?
going to convince
What?
you, and we're going to send you to the prison for the rest of your days. And I'm not apologizing for that. Any questions?
Bow. Let me go ahead and stop it right here. Jamal, this black woman look like she wearing her own real hair. I'm scared. If I was a Negro and I was caught up in this indictment here, I'd be scared, Jamal. I would. She got her own real hair. She ain't a bad-looking black woman. On top of that, gosh darn it, she's serious. What do you think, man? Oh, man.
I think she's the one that's trying to indict President Trump.
Her too? God, well, gosh darn it.
I think she's the DA that is trying to
Let me see what her name is. I didn't even peep her name.
President Trump.
Mm.
And so I guess what she's trying to do, because she's been criticized about all that gang violence and stuff going on in Atlanta, people like, oh, you can go after President Trump, but you can't go after the robbers and stuff in Atlanta.
Oh.
I think so. Let me check her name out.
Check
real
her
quick.
name. She a black woman with her own real hair. District Attorney Fannie Willis.
To find you, we are going to convince.
Fannie Willis. See if she's the one. Fani Willis.
Let me see. Atlanta DA investigating Trump. Her name is.
She in Fulton County. This is a Fulton County woman, but it's still in Atlanta. I'm
looking out. Hold on. The thing just came up. Fannie Willis.
Fannie Willis.
Yep, that's her.
That's her. Gosh darn it.
She's doing all of that right now. She's doing all of that right now.
Women. Go
because
ahead.
people been coming after her about you wanting to investigate President Trump. You supposed to be launching investigations in President Trump, but you got all that crime in Atlanta. The reason why she doing all that is because she got called out.
She got called out. Yeah.
This is the only reason why she doing all this. For the whole past time she been in office, they have been doing that crap in Atlanta. And nothing has been done. So you pick the fine time to do it, Lucille. So when I see her, you pick the fine time to do it, Lucille. With 500 murders and cars with no wheels, she sat there and she's trying to cover her hind part. That's all this is. I knew I recognized her. She's doing this simply to cover her hind part because she been criticized. Lindsey Graham criticized her too, because Lindsey Graham's talked about her because he's like, how you gonna be sitting up here investigating me and trying to get people to testify for the 22 because you didn't like what President Trump said about 2020, but you got all this crime going on. So yes, Buck Life 243, she's a hypocrite. Yes, Buck Life, she is a hypocrite. She's only doing this. Yes, it sound good. Oh yeah, what she's saying.
It sound good. I'm telling you. Better than chicken fingers.
But she just started to do that. Why? Because she's being openly criticized about all this murder, violence, and robbery going on in Atlanta, but you wasting everybody's time trying to convict President Trump.
You know what, Jamal? I absolutely agree with you. You know, even when I saw this video, you know, she looked familiar, but I didn't recognize her to be who she was. Now I see the devil in her eyes. Absolutely. She's doing this because she wants to get the heat off of her. She knows that her city is going crazy with crime.
Yep.
And how do you make sure that you have a job next season? How do you do that? You do it by acting like you're doing some work. And that's exactly what she's doing here. Now, going after the gang members should be mandatory in my personal opinion.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? To sit here and act as if this is a brand new approach and you should be applauded for it, I think you're retarded. I think you're retarded for it. This should be a mandatory approach in every gosh darn city. Most of the shooting and the drug dealing, ladies and gentlemen, is done by gang members in the streets. Let's just
and they've been through that.
Why are we playing around? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's how it's always been. But yet, these fools here want us to believe different. And then they act as if they're doing something. Now, one thing I wanted to say here is that this is a mighty time for her to begin to go after these gang members and quote-unquote celebrities. Crime has always been high in that area. And now she's picking a time where people are crying. And what you said is absolutely correct. You know, while she's sitting here wasting her time going after President Trump, people are suffering. And they know it's not right. Last words here, sir.
What this goes to show you is that people are trying to cover things up now because they recognize, I got you. There go mosquito up in here. I got his butt. Oh no, I got him.
Got him.
Death came for him. But what this goes to show you, Jermaine, is the depths liberals will do to try to make it look like they're doing their job when they're not. Okay, she's trying to make it look like she's doing such a good job. She's sticking up. She's taking it to him. Yeah, she doesn't like crime. Y'all lying. She's not defund the police liberal. Yes, she was.
Yep. Yes, she was.
Now this stuff doesn't backfire. Now you got rich black celebrities that are victim. Now y'all want to go back to enforcing the law. All this, what she did, was for show. All this, what she did, was for show. Because her record don't prove it. She didn't have to come out and say she gonna do it. She could have been doing this long time ago, then announce she gonna do it. You know what they've been doing.
Yeah, what they've been doing.
But she just want to cover her butt because she been spending money trying to get President Trump. And Atlanta has gone to hell in a handbasket. And Sherman ain't even walking through the front, burning as it go along. General Sherman ain't burned down Atlanta worse than what them niggas down there doing.
Yep. They burning down the city. This is what happens when you have black DAs. Black liberals will bring more crime faster than the white ones. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
You throw a black liberal up there, boy, that crime is coming in a hurry. Please believe it.
Jermaine, I live in it. I live here in Durham, North Carolina. We have the biggest idiot known. Her name is Santana Doonberry, okay? Chapel Hill. Everybody knows liberal Chapel Hill. You don't do the stuff you do in Durham in Chapel Hill. That Chapel Hill district attorney will lock your butt up. Not here in Durham. And they literally, the two counties
right next to each other.
Are right there on each other.
Gosh darn it. Negroes go ahead and skip over the line. That's what they do. They skip over that county line real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. We gonna need your help. We gonna need your help. All right? Definitely gonna need your help. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about Philadelphia. Man, oh man. They calling it Philadelphia out there. It's that bad, ladies and gentlemen. Crime is out of control out there. That the grave diggers, the morticians, the funeral homes, ladies and gentlemen, can hardly keep up with the demand. Do you understand? If you're a funeral home director, my goodness gracious, your pockets are jangling. All right? Yeah, they jangling right now. Let me go ahead and run this one and come back. I want to get you guys' take on it. Philadelphia, my goodness gracious. Grave diggers can hardly keep up with the demands. It's a serious thing. Here we go.
Friend Southwestern Burial preparing their fourth plot of the day. The gravediggers at Friend Southwestern Burial Ground in Upper Darby can hardly keep up with demand. Their business is tied directly to Philadelphia's homicide rate. And as you can see by the rows and rows of freshly dug graves, business is booming. Cemetery workers say 90% of these new graves are victims of violence.
I got chills because it's like I've been here a lot of times, either supporting people or partaking in a funeral service.
Mustafa Ali has been to this cemetery that caters to Muslim burials too many times to count.
I partook in his service, you know, with the washing of the body.
From the childhood friend's grave who was gunned down back in January to the seemingly endless number of other friends and family members he's lost.
Bruce Chenault, Stephon Wilson, Shakira Pittman.
Ali could have been one of those names, admitting he was once part of the city's gun violence problem. At 19, he did 6 years in prison for a firearms charge. A year later, he was shot 10 times and almost died. All these graves are teenagers.
Yeah, it's a lot of 15, 16, 17-year-olds out here, yeah. People that didn't even live to see 18.
Man, oh man. Jamal, what do you think about this here? They are having a hard time keeping up with demands. You know, people are being killed right and left. My goodness gracious. We are in the end times. What do you think here, sir?
You get what you pay for. The black community bought into a lie. We perpetrated that lie. We pushed that lie. And now we have reaped the benefits of it. The Holy Scriptures tell you whenever God helps a people and he lifts them up out of slavery, out of oppression, when they turn their back on him, they get punished. The black community now today, look at how we act today compared to how we acted in the 50s and in the 60s. This stuff that the black community has been pushing and supporting is now coming to roost. All this out of wedlock birth, I'm willing to bet you 90% of those shooters, mom and daddy weren't married when they were born.
Oh, you know.
Mom and daddy weren't in the same house. Black folk We constantly vote for these Democrats. We vote for these George Soros DAs. Black folk know it takes sternness to raise a black child.
Oh, they
and
know it.
Some of you may get offended when I say this. Oh, well, you may
Jump
get
off a
offended when I
cliff.
say this.
Jump off of it quickly.
White folk, y'all can do the timeout. Y'all can do
They
that.
can.
But you can't raise black kids like that. You got to get there and go to their hind part.
You have to do an ass whooping.
Yes. And these are the results of people saying you don't need to do all that. Well, you see now, yes, you do. Black families need black fathers.
They
Black
do.
feminists, this is your fault. All those graves are being filled up because white liberal women came and told you,
Yep.
you need to be liberated. And you left those black husbands and those black men
To raise
this what you
shitty
got.
children. Excuse me. Woo. My goodness gracious. To raise crappy children. That's what it come down to.
Yep.
And you ain't lying, Jamal. You ain't lying about it at all. Raising black children, I've even said it on this show, is different from raising white children. White children, you could go ahead and do the timeout. Yeah, the timeout came from white America. Yeah, there's no black guy in the world or black woman in the world who is thinking about timeout. That's a white thing. Black children don't do well in timeout. You need to be stern with them. And I know there's some white folks out there who say, well, Jermain, I have a black, biracial cousin here, and, timeout works well for them. I'm going to tell you that you need to jump off a cliff. Majority of black children, black like me, need an ass whooping. Period. You need to be stern with them. Doing timeout, all that's going to do is give the child enough time to rest before they start doing some more BS. That's it. Timeout don't work. Being stern. When you have a black daddy at home, let me tell you something. You're not running any BS games. You're even scared. I want folks to understand. You're even scared. Yeah. You're scared and you want to do the right thing. Black mamas out there, there's a whole bunch of them who are very good too, and they do the right thing. But that's not the majority. It's not. And we need to be honest about it. And right now, there's so many black children who have not gotten the stern upbringing. They're lazy. They're out of control. They don't care about life or even themselves. They need to be corrected. Correction come from your daddy.
Yes.
I want folks to understand that. Being able to take correction, being able to be accountable for what you do, comes from your daddy. I know that gonna hurt a lot of folks out there. Jermain, I was raised by 2 or 3 mommies. Yeah, every one of my 3 mommies showed me correction. I know some of y'all out there thinking like that. But I'm going to tell you that ain't the majority. So what he said was really, really, really powerful. Family is gone from that city. You have a city filled with children and women. And you can see what that has brought. Last words here, sir.
Black folk, we reap what we sowed. We tore the community up. We didn't want correction. We didn't want fathers in the homes. You didn't want James Evans. You wanted Uncle Phil.
Yep.
You didn't want James Evans. You wanted the dad from Moesha. You didn't want the black father in the home telling you where you is and where you ain't gonna go.
Yep.
Women. You wanted a weak husband, and black men weren't gonna have that. So split up. You raised men, boys who didn't know fathers. They got it from the local pimp. They got it from the local drug dealer. They followed him. They created more drug dealers and pimps. Now you got all this murder. Saying, you know what? For those who say, well, Jamal, it's the George Soros DA, Jamal. It's who it is. Who voted him in?
Yep, who did?
Black folk. Who all you got to do is go to Philadelphia. If you are a Republican, oh no, you don't want to vote for them Republicans. Oh Lordy, you don't want to vote for them Republicans. You don't want to vote for them, and you getting the results of it. You better get some of them racist Republicans to clean your city up.
Absolutely.
And them niggas ain't.
Because let alone the black folks, all you got to do is say, hey, those racist Republicans, if they get into office, see, you're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to breathe the air. I swear. That's the way they run that game. And please believe, as crazy as I sound, right? As crazy as I sound, there's people out there who will take that as gospel.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll run with it. So that's what it is. We need to be quite honest about it. We need to. Absolutely. Shout out to Tina, Cat Lover B. Participation trophies. That is another BS thing coming from the white liberals. Participation trophies. All sorts of dumb stuff. Gentle parenting. That too. Remember we spoke about that, audience? We spoke about the gentle parenting crap. Yeah, pushed by single white women. Absolutely. And the single white women, you know, white men out there, you see how your children are going to hell very quickly. Yeah. The white women are turning your children gay. Yeah, they telling them to be transgender and all that. Absolutely. Think I'm playing. There's a white woman right now telling little Johnny that little Johnny's a Sherry. Think I'm playing. Hit that like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you share. And Jamal, I just got a quick question. You know, I'm just a black scumbag and an idiot. And I just got a quick question for you. How come there's no liberal fathers trying to turn their young daughters into a male? How come we don't hear any stories of that? We always see the opposite.
You know what, Jermaine? When it comes to those liberal cities, when those women start bragging about their transgender daughter or transgender son, he's just as guilty because he's weak and spineless. So he's stand back and go along.
There you go.
So he's just as guilty. Oh, they're there. Oh, they're there. But he's so weak and spineless, and he's not a man because he's been neutered.
Mm-hmm.
So he's standing right there. Perfect example. Look at God, I can't think. The one that tried to transition to a boy.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, her daddy ain't say nothing.
Mm-hmm. Ridiculous. You see the world crazy, ladies and gentlemen. The world is crazy. I ain't playing. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want to speak to you guys about this segment called No One's Above the Law. Not even Paul Pelosi. Let me tell you. Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband, arrested for a DUI. I want to go ahead and run this. When it come back, we're going to speak about it. He was arrested a while ago. The police department released the video. I want you guys to take a look at this. Here we go. And he has pled guilty this week to the DUI. Just want to point that out. Here we go.
Tonight, a new CHP video giving us better insight into the drunk driving arrest of Nancy Pelosi's husband. The recordings show Pelosi undergoing a field sobriety. Giving us better insight into the drunk driving arrest of Nancy Pelosi's husband. The recordings show Pelosi undergoing a field sobriety test and telling a responding officer he was a, quote, high-profile individual.
CBS 13's Steve Large shows us the exchange with officers we're seeing for the first time.
Because I really don't want you to fall over and hurt yourself. That's the last thing I'm... Right, but that defeats the whole purpose of the test, grabbing onto a patrol car.
Newly released CHP dash cam video shows Paul Pelosi having difficulty performing one of the field sobriety tests following a May car crash.
The next test that I'm going to have you do is called the finger count test. It's very simple.
The video shows the officer give Pelosi other tests he is able to pass. New pictures also show Pelosi outside his crashed Porsche on a Napa County road after a collision with a Jeep. No one was badly hurt. Officers also took photos that show Pelosi's wrists with some possible bruising. The dash camera video also reveals Pelosi telling the officer he does not want to take a preliminary breathalyzer test, explaining he is a high-profile individual.
I understand who you are, and I'm not here to draw any negative attention to you. I understand that you want to go home, but you got to understand from my standpoint, right? You're involved in a crash. Right. I smell alcohol coming from your breath. I can see you're very unsteady on your feet.
Out of frame and captured on audio, the officer eventually tells Pelosi he is being arrested for suspicion of DUI.
I do have to put you in handcuffs. That's my department policy.
Lawyers fight cases much tougher than this all
I
the
do
time.
have to
John
put
Campanella
you in
is a Sacramento
handcuffs
DUI
because
attorney
it's
who's
department
represented
policy.
clients with similar cases.
Don't you wish
Pelosi eventually
a
took a
cop
blood
would say
alcohol
that
test
to you?
that showed his content at 0.082%, above the legal
Ridiculous.
limit. He pled guilty Tuesday.
So there were definitely things that could have been challenged in this case by the attorney. However, we all know that this case, Nancy Pelosi is a political figure, and they may have wanted this case to resolve quickly and not spend a lot of time in the press.
The spouse of a national political power arrested on a California roadway, and the dashcam video that now shows how it all went down.
I understand who you are, and I'm not here to draw any negative attention to you.
You should draw some negative attention to him. Ladies and gentlemen, you see how they have laws for the liberal elite and laws for us. This man was treated as if he was a king. Excuse me, it's department policy. I know, it's department policy. I have to put you in these handcuffs. I know. You see how nice they were treating him? They're treating him very nice. Don't you wish you would get that treatment? Right? He had to go to jail anyway. No one is above the law, not even drunk Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband. Mr. Jamal, what do you think about this here? Don't you think Nancy Pelosi need to be with her? What do you think here?
Two things about this that should let it be known to every conservative and Republican out there. Democrats always talk about there's a law for whites and it's a law for blacks. Liberals love to say that. The unfairness in the criminal justice system. This county where he was stopped is extremely liberal. This is one of the Martha Vineyards places. They did this and he walked. So the next time people try to tell blue collar people that they're standing with them, that the evil white Republicans, no, it's white liberals. This is liberals. Democrats are doing this.
Yep.
He should be investigated. That department should have to come before Congress. Yeah, they should do that. The people of that state, they know nothing is going to happen to them because California is a cesspool. But this should be investigated. The people who live there and have been arrested in that county for a DWI should sue.
They should. They should, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. You know, the way this has gone down and the way that he was talking, to me, it should be a bigger story than what it is. The way that he was trying to use his political status. Hey, I'm a high-profile guy. Hey, I'm a high-profile guy. The reason why he's saying that is because, ladies and gentlemen, he wants special treatment. That's the only reason why he's saying that. And guess what? He got special treatment in a sense. Right? Look at the way the cop was speaking to him. He was speaking to him as if he was about to get his ass whooped.
Yep.
It blows my mind. And this shows you that there's different ways that they treat political figures like that versus the way they treat us. It's not fair. And if I was a citizen in that area, I'll be making a complaint to the police department. I want to know why he was treated in that way. Right? I want to know why. Somebody has to answer for it. Because I can tell you, they can't release any other video evidence like that shows them treating a regular citizen in that manner.
Especially after accident.
Absolutely. You know,
No,
I know. I just can't let you go home, sir. I wish I could. I swear I wish I could. You know, these black folks got me wearing the body cam and stuff. So Blackie got me wearing the body cam. I can't let you go home. So gosh darn it's department policy. I gotta let you. Gosh darn it, come on, we gotta take it in. I mean, that's the way he's acting, and it's not right and it's not fair. Last words here, sir.
Why did they? And here's the problem. Also, Jermaine. The department waited to hold this video until the judge slapped them on the wrist.
Yup.
And here's just goes to show you how much farther we are slipping into a Democrat-ran authoritarian nation.
I swear to goodness.
Where Democrats get away with stuff and everybody else is locked up. When they demanded to see this video, it should have been done. The Department of Justice should have been asking what's going on. If Republicans take the House, and if we don't start investigating this stuff, bringing this district attorney in front of people, bringing these people in front of people, if we don't start doing that immediately, we don't need to have power.
We need to start holding these folks accountable. I want folks to understand we can't have Republicans say, you know what, we should just let this go for the goodness of the country. Those type of Republicans need their ass whooped.
Yes.
You know, like we said that you have to be stern with those black children. Yeah, you're going to have to be stern with those type of Republicans. You have to. Because without being stern with them, these Democrats will never be held accountable for the things they're doing. And every time they get in power, let me tell you, they'll make sure that it'll take us leaps, bounds, and years for us to get back into where we need to be. So let's just cut to the chase. We need to do better. Right? We just need to do better. That's what it comes down to. Ain't nothing wrong with it, Jamal. We need to do better, don't we?
Hey, I said today in my video, we have been Republican establishment suckers before.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have. Think about this, Jermaine. Just so everybody think about this. When Paul Ryan was Speaker of the House,
oh Lord,
they
I hate him.
investigated President Trump for Russia collusion.
Him.
Name me one committee that's been put together to investigate Joe Biden, his son, and everything with Burisma.
Someone out there, name one. Oh,
So
gosh,
I don't
Lord.
want to hear no more reach across the aisles or we need to lower the temperature.
Yeah,
That's code word for we need to bend over, grab our ankles, and let the Democrat Party screw us.
Yep. See, told you, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want to speak to you guys about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Her home was swatted twice in a week. I mean, my goodness gracious. Let me go ahead and run this story when I come back. I want to get your take on it. I want to know what the heck is going on. Here we go.
Made. The caller reported that their boyfriend had come to the home and that they shot him 5 times and that he was currently in the bathtub.
Now that sounds like a terrifying interaction. If it were true, what you just heard is a conversation between a Rome 911 dispatcher and an employee with the Veterans and Military Crisis Line. But we now know that that report was a fake emergency to the home of Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now she says that she's a target of swatters. 11 Alive Doug Richards picks up our coverage.
Police showed up for 911 calls twice at Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's house in the last 2 days in what police describe as a malicious attempt to endanger her family. The first happened just after midnight Wednesday. Rome police went to Greene's family home after a 911 caller described a shooting inside and an attacker still in the home. 5 police officers sent to the house learned en route that they were going to the home of the controversial Republican Congresswoman. Greene told an interviewer she picked up a gun when she heard the doorbell ring, but put it down before she got to the door.
I said, come inside. I brought them inside. I said, you know, they said, yeah, we realized what's happened is you've been swatted. And they were upset, rightfully so, and angry. And I was very upset. I could not believe someone would do that.
Police left, but then returned again early this morning with another fake 911 call at Greene's home. Police say the source of the call appeared to be a suicide crisis line from an internet chat. Police say the first 911 caller called again in a computerized voice, admitting that the call had been made to harass Greene because of her stance on LGBTQ rights. Police are investigating both here in Rome and the U.S. Capitol Police as well. In Rome, Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.
For those who don't know, swatting is known as the act of calling 911 to falsely report a crime in progress. From past cases, we've seen 2 reasons for this. Now, one is to keep law enforcement busy while the original caller is committing a crime somewhere else. The other is to have the SWAT team target someone specifically as a way to terrorize them. Now, there's at least one instance where this has turned deadly. Back in December of 2017, someone falsely reported a
I'm going to stop it right here. There you go. Swatted. Now you guys got the definition of swatted. It's basically somebody pulling a fake fraud. Calling and saying, hey, I see somebody getting shot at so-and-so's home. Absolutely. Their head is in a bucket. Yeah, their head is in a bucket right now. Absolutely. And they're smoking a cigarette on the porch. Go get them. Right? And the police show up there thinking it's a real situation. It's an evil thing. We now have learned that this situation was caused by an disgruntled LGBTQ member. One of them confused folks. What do you think about this here, Jamal?
The people, and this is gonna be different. The people who I actually blame for this is the police. I'm gonna tell you why. If you know this person has been targeted like that before, you're supposed to keep a record.
Yep.
If you got somebody calling you in from an anonymous number, call a block, and telling on somebody, you mean the Congresswoman Miss Greene? Sir, who am I speaking to?
Yep, that's what they need to do.
Sir, your number's blocked. I need to see. You need to go over there. Hold on, sir, so we can find out who are we speaking to. And watch him hang up. The police is supposed to do due diligence. Now, she stays in a conservative county. Yes, she does.
Yep.
She stays in a conservative district because they vote for her and they love her. But everybody that's working there ain't conservative.
Yep.
Okay? Everybody that's working there ain't a fan of America. Okay? So the police department are the first ones who need to sit here and address this stuff. They can address it. First of all, ma'am, who am I speaking to? I don't want to give no name. Well, this home has been accused of something, and then record the voice. Ma'am, we need to find out who you are because we're going to lock you up because this is not true. You don't have to sit there and respond to her house like that unless you wanted to. See, the police department in her area don't have to respond that way unless they want to. And that dispatcher who's listening to that phone call don't have to dispatch that way.
Yep, they don't.
Unless they wanted to.
You know, the dispatcher needs to be looked at.
Yeah.
They need to be looked at but possibly fired. Because
and arrested. If somebody said somebody was injured severely, then yeah, they need to
they need to be fired, in my personal opinion. They need to be. Especially over the second one. The fact that they sent police the second time, they deserve to be arrested. Somebody needs to be fired. It wasn't as if, they didn't know who she was. They knew exactly who she was. This type of behavior, ladies and gentlemen, makes me think that it's an internal job. Somebody there doing it. LGBTQ folks, mad and upset. You see how much they're like kids? LGBTQ, ran by women, they're like kids, right? Yeah, they're like kids, mad and upset because nobody wants to go along with their confused ass. And you know what they're doing? Instead of them to come up with an argument that they can win, they harass because they know that they cannot win in the battle of wits using your brain logic. They can't do it. That's why they always hit people with emotional games, emotional argument, right? Yeah, I want folks to understand LGBTQ people have nothing in their favor. God's not even in their favor. I don't care who get mad at me. Jump off a cliff. Yeah, you better jump off of it. They don't even have God in their favor. Logic's not in their favor. Gosh darn it. Nothing. Except for Satan and his creatures. So we need to be honest about what's going on, and we need to be truthful. Last words here, sir.
What's going on? These people are trying to eliminate Republicans and conservatives. But Joe Biden gonna say MAGA extreme. Joe Biden gonna try to make it look like it's Republicans that has the problem. It has always been Democrats.
Yep.
It has always been Democrats who have been doing this crap. Rioting, intimidation. It's always been them. They have a problem when Republicans do it back.
Let's go ahead and move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share it. All right? Make sure you do share. Next one up, I'd like to speak to you guys about the Border Patrol Chief. The Border Patrol Chief was in a not a news conference, a conference here that he was sitting down and doing. And he acknowledged that the Biden administration's policies are fueling the illegal immigration crisis. Take a look at this. Here we go.
Would you agree, Chief Ortiz, that the southern border is currently in crisis?
Objection. Yes.
Would you agree, Chief Ortiz, that unprecedented numbers of aliens are illegally entering the United States right now?
Objection. Yes.
When President Biden was elected, did the number of aliens trying to illegally enter the United States increase or decrease?
Objection. Increase.
From your 31 years of experience, has the Border Patrol in a year ever had the number of encounters that it's going to have in 2022?
Objection. No.
Is the crisis that is currently ongoing at the southern border making the border less safe for Americans and aliens alike?
Objection. Yes.
Since President Biden was elected, does this document indicate that aliens illegally entering the United States perceive that they will be able to enter and remain in the United States?
Objection. Yes.
Golly.
Why is it important to detain and remove demographics that are amenable to the Border Patrol?
One, you want to make sure you have consequences.
Okay. And if you don't have consequences, what is likely going to happen?
Objection. In my experience, we have seen increases when there are no consequences.
Wow.
Okay. So if migrant populations believe that there are not going to be consequences, more of them will come to the border. Is that what you're
common
saying?
sense?
Objection. There's an assumption that if migrant populations
It's not an assumption, it's the gosh darn truth.
There's a potential that they may be released, that yes, you can see increases.
So it will increase at an exponential rate? Is that what is being suggested here?
Objection. Well, I do think it will increase, yeah.
Bow. Let me tell you something, Jamal. That's serious. He's saying that there's no consequence for illegal immigrants coming in here. There's no consequence. And he's saying that the assumption is if there's no consequence, they're going to keep coming in large numbers. And he also admitted that a lot of them think that they can come here and stay. That is the notion. That is the narrative. That is what they are pushing. What do you think about that? That is scary. That is.
Anybody want to tell me why no Republican district attorney or Republican attorney general hasn't issued a warrant for conspiracy before the fact to commit murder against Mahoya? Anybody want to tell me why someone hasn't, in this political climate, one of the Republicans haven't issued a warrant to arrest Joe Biden for conspiracy before the fact?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Because Republicans are too busy trying to save the image and the purity of the office. As long as if these illegal immigrants can keep coming in and no one does anything about it, you have to arrest those who are allowing it. Yes, what Governor Greg Abbott is doing, taking them, bringing them over to New York and D.C., it's funny. It's hitting back. But if Ken Paxton, the Attorney General, says the next illegal immigrant that comes to America and harms a citizen of Texas, we are going to charge Mr. Mayorkas with accessory before the fact. We're going to build this wall. We're going to finish it. If you stop us and our citizens are hurt, we are going to charge you. And you know what you do? You start charging them. Why? Because if somebody else get in office like Donald Trump is going to extradite his butt back to Texas.
Yep.
If Ron, and I'm going to say this real quick and to staying on topic, Jermain, I'm not sure Ron DeSantis can play that dirty. I like Ron. So if Ron DeSantis is not committed to making these suckers pay, I'm sorry, he can't be voted on, because Republicans are sick and tired of Democrats doing stuff like this. And when a new Republican administration come along, they forgive them, pat them on the booty, and send them to bed with a sippy cup and a cookie. You need to break that belt out and whip them. I mean, whip them like you're whipping a runaway slave, to let them know this is over.
This, to me, should let everybody know how much trouble we are in. It should. It should let everybody know. Not even the Border Patrols can do their job. They can't do their job, Jamal. They haven't been able to do their job. As a matter of fact, let's be honest about the Border Patrol now. They're like social workers with a badge. That's what the Border Patrol is right now. Social workers with a badge. They see Jorge and them with a brush over the border. You know what they do? Instead of getting ready to lock their ass up, they're coming over with hot sauce and a burrito. I mean, it blows my mind. It blows my. We can't have a Border Patrol like this. And when we don't listen to the Border Patrol and what they need, it hurts us all. Biden administration is not listening to what the Border Patrol, what they need, and the things that they can do to keep the numbers low. They don't want to listen. They're flying the immigrants in the darkness of night, Jamal. I mean,
Yes,
you spoke about this. So it's a very big problem. And we need leadership on it, and we need Republicans, the national ones. We need them to start saying something on this. We need to see legislation. I don't care if it don't get voted on. Jamal, you know what tells me that somebody's working? That they're actually doing something? When that gosh darn pen is moving. When that gosh darn typewriter is typing. Not when the lips are moving. When the lips are moving, I know they ain't getting nothing done. Last words.
This gonna keep going on until somebody is held accountable in the Democrat Party and they're sent to jail. I'm sorry, this is going to keep going on. Democrats are going to continue to keep crap like this going on as long as Republicans keep allowing them. This forgive and we all Americans. And let me say this real quick, Jermain, too. Just because one Democrat says it's wrong when the other 99% won't say it, please don't sit here and get caught up in one Democrat who may say it while 99% aren't. That one Democrat is there just to cause cover. Well, plenty of Democrats don't spoke out against it. No, just 1 and 2. No. Joe Biden, Maracas, all those, there needs to be an attorney general that needs to charge them with accessory before the fact. And need to say, if a new administration come in, Republican administration, we're going to demand that you be extradited back. And if a Republican administrator come in, he needs to extradite them back. So they say, uh-oh, they ain't playing. They locking officials up for doing this crap. How many people been killed because of fentanyl? How many people been murdered because of these illegal immigrants coming in? How many girls who took this chance to come to America illegally have been raped at 9, 10, and 11, 12, 13 years old? If they knew they couldn't come, they wouldn't try, thus saving them from rape, murder, exploitation, sex slavery.
Mm-hmm. Man, oh man, I'm telling you, it's serious out there. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share, all right?
And donate.
And make sure you donate. Make sure you do. It helps the program, and I want folks to understand it does. It helps the program. Without donating to shows like this, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. The narrative that is out there will never be challenged.
Nope.
The liberal left and the pussified right, all right, the national pussified right, people like Kevin McCarthy and them, right? People like Dusty Crusty Mitch McConnell and them, right? Yeah, do you think they're going to challenge the narrative? No, they're not. You would be only left to people like Sean Hannity. And look what Sean Hannity is doing when it comes to gosh darn Ukraine and them. He's talking about killing Putin. He deserves an ass whooping himself.
Yes.
I want folks to understand this. That's why it's important to donate to programs like this, so that you're not left with the national establishment Republican narrative. Because you know what that narrative is right now. Donald Trump is bad here for America. We need to get past the lie. Right? People like Liz Cheney and them. Right? Yeah. So we need honest journalism. And we need shows like this. So make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share, all right? Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about Biden. Biden the other day reacted to Trump's claim that he declassified documents. I want to go ahead and run this. When it comes back, I want to speak about it. This comes from the AssociatedPress.com. Shout out to the AP. Here we go.
President Trump said that he declassified all these documents. Could he have just declassified them all?
Well, I just want to know I've declassified everything in the world. I'm president. I can do it all. Come on. Declassified everything. I'm not going to comment on it because I don't know the detail. I don't even want to know. I'll let the Justice Department take care of that.
Coming up with a national security threat that you need to be briefed on.
Mr. President, in simple terms, is it ever appropriate for a president to take home with them classified and top secret documents?
Depending on the circumstance. For example, I have in my home a cabined off space that is completely secure. I'm taking home with me today today's PDD. It's locked. I have a person with me, military with me. I read it, I lock it back up, and give it to the military.
Without a specialized area in which to receive classified documents, is it ever appropriate for a president to bring classified documents home?
Depends on the document and depends on how secure we bring it.
Semi-fascism. What do you mean by semi-fascism, sir?
In December, you will...
You know what I mean.
Mr. President, I'm going...
Bow. Ladies and gentlemen, you see this here. So we have Biden here. You see how crazy he is. Mr. Magoo. You know Mr. Magoo loving this right now. He loving it right now. Gosh darn, get Trump, get Trump. He is loving it right now. I want to go ahead and play another piece for you guys that a lot of people are playing. That should let everybody know on this program where Biden stands with all of us. Take a look at this here as well. Take a look. Biden says, I don't respect these MAGA Republicans. Take a look.
I don't respect these MAGA Republicans.
Let me go ahead and play it again.
I don't respect these MAGA Republicans.
And then here, let me go ahead and transition to my guy, Mind of Jamal. You see where it says MAGA, right? He doesn't respect these MAGA Republicans. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden.
See this?
Go ahead, brother.
No, I just put that up there while you was talking, Jermain, so people can see what he's talking about, MAGA Republicans. I got this in big bold.
Oh, yeah. I got it on the screen for everybody. I want people to understand. He doesn't like MAGA Republicans. He doesn't respect them. And guess what? We don't respect them either. We don't think he's legitimate. Yeah, we don't think he's legitimate at all. As a matter of fact, we think he sucks. Yeah, he sucks donkey balls. Yeah, you know donkey balls, right? That's what my son would say. Daddy, he sucks donkey balls. I said, yep, yes he does, son. He certainly does. Let me tell you. Jamal, he says he doesn't respect MAGA Republicans, and he was making fun of Trump when speaking about these, classified documents. What do you think about this man here? Is he just loving it right now? I mean, what do you take? What's your take on it?
Before we go any further, I want to thank Ms. Christian Walker.
Shout out to
Christian Walker. Thank you for your constant generosity to the page, Cash App, and Miss Lowly Ryder. Thank you for your constant generation and support. Y'all guys, every Tuesday, y'all always watching you. Make sure you let us know how much you love us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Shout out to y'all. All right. Shout out to Lowly Ryder and the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Christian Walker. Go ahead, young man. Go ahead. What do you think?
What Republicans and Republicans on television needs to sit here and show a big hanging Johnson and show, hey, Joe Biden, this is what you can. We got two. You know what? I'm going to take it back to the 1999. Hey, Joe Biden, we got 2 words for you. Suck it.
Suck
Anybody who remember Degeneration X?
Absolutely.
Hunter Harrison in China.
X-Pac.
Road Dogg, Jesse James, and Shawn Michaels.
Absolutely.
We got 2 words for you. Suck it. That's how
Absolutely.
we feel. And we need to start doing that. And these stiff-necked, stiff-shirt Republicans on television. Oh, my gosh, Jermain. This is Jamal. I'm live with Jermain. Jermain, did you hear what Joe Biden said about us? Jamal? Yes. How can you say that? He hurt our feelings. Well, Jermain, it really hurt. Why would he say these things about us? I'm shocked, Jamal. He's the president. He doesn't supposed to talk that way to us.
That's the way they talk to him. Ridiculous.
Please, let's be more friendly. They need to be on television telling him what to suck, how to suck it, where to go, how to go, telling him we ought to get your son. We're going to watch out. We're going to give your son a crack whore with
crack whore with a pipe.
We need to sit here and really go after them. Fox News need to be the nasty. Fox News has changed.
They have.
Bill O'Reilly would have been going after him every single day because now they're trying to look more professional because they're trying to win over the non-Trump voters. Screw the non-Trump voters. Screw the non-Republican voters. Fox rose because they were a conservative Republican station. Even when Barack Obama won and he beat John McCain like he came sneaking out of his man wife, Michelle bed.
You know it.
They still were strong. Fox News still came. Now, all of a sudden, look at them. And yes, I'm not surprised Joe Biden said stuff like this. What I'm surprised is more and more Republicans are doing it. I'm going to tell you who else. There are a lot of Republicans and Joe Biden are so glad Rush Limbaugh is dead.
Oh, yeah, you know it. You know it.
If Rush Limbaugh would be alive today, he would have turned the fire on every single Republican.
Oh, they would have to move. They would have to.
But no Republican, no radio disc jockey is willing to step it up like Rush Limbaugh and start cooking it.
You're absolutely correct. If Rush was alive, do you know Rush would bring these certain things up? The Republicans, the old dusty, crusty, stiff-necked ones, people like dusty, crusty Mitch McConnell, they would have to move. The reason why they would have to move is because if they didn't, they would have a hard time getting elected. Because the old folks, the old generation, the old money Republicans, you know what I'm talking about, the old money Republicans, those folks listen to Rush Limbaugh. They listen to him. Rush Limbaugh could tell you things that were coming up before they even came up. That's why he was so popular, in a sense. He would be able to point these things out. He would be able to speak about certain things and say certain things that will get him vilified by the liberal left. They used to hate him because he would point things out that he shouldn't be pointing out, right? That he would put the fire under Republicans to move. That's what Rush Limbaugh did. Rush Limbaugh lit the fire under Republicans. Republicans like, man, my ass is hot. I got to move right now. That's the way he is. Last words here, sir.
Rush Limbaugh was so hot. Hey, Jermain, did you get my message on Facebook?
Oh, let me go ahead and oh, okay. I got you. I'm gonna. I'm gonna definitely take care of that. End of the segment.
But Barack Obama was terrified of Rush Limbaugh. Let me tell you what. When Barack Obama became president, he started giving Republicans advice. And he said, you need to stop listening to Rush Limbaugh. You need to stop listening.
Oh,
Rush
yeah, he used to say that all the time.
And come on over here and talk to us. That big, long-legged pimp daddy sat there and told Republicans they need to stop listening to Rush Limbaugh and come on over to the Democrats and start, listening to the Democrats. That lets you know how powerful Rush Limbaugh is. Now, Rush Limbaugh has passed. We're going to go scripture here real quick, Jermaine. When Moses passed, Joshua stepped up.
Oh, yeah.
When Joshua passed, we started having a prophets. Samson, the judges, start stepping up. What in the world is going on? I thought it was going to be Mark Stein who was going to take over the show. Yep. But Buck and what's them two? I don't know who those two guys who done took over, Buck Saxon and Clay. They are horrible. I'm sorry.
They're horrible.
Maybe you can do a poll real quick, Jermaine. I don't know if
my wife was like,
those two guys are horrible.
They're horrible. My wife was like, Jermaine, if they threw you on just 1 hour, you would take over the whole segment in the show. I said, I know, sweetheart. Them two white boys are horrible.
They're horrible.
And it's not just because they're white. They are horrible. Content is just horrible. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry about that.
No fight, no nothing. It's just horrible. But who's going to step up? All we got is Tucker Carlson.
Yep.
He's on for 1 hour. Right now, Tucker Carlson, they should sacrifice his show at 8 o'clock and put him on for 3 hours.
They should.
Pay him $400 million.
Do it.
Let him save us.
Yep. Because he ain't scared.
No, he ain't. Oh, no.
Gosh darn it. He's a white man who ain't scared. Gosh darn it, ladies and gentlemen. Have you guys seen the security that is around Tucker Carlson? It's almost like the president.
So that let you know.
I seen security with him walking around. I said, oh, my goodness. No wonder why he's able to say what he wants with the security. Ladies and gentlemen, it's serious. It really is. You know, it really is. We need somebody like that. We need, if they can, I would really like if Tucker Carlson, and I think I said this a very long time ago, if he could do a radio show, because I believe he would reach more folks if he was able to do that. You know, we don't have that too many folks out there who, you know, don't care about being in Lucifer's favor. You get what I'm saying? That are strong, that can speak to what is right, and, you know, not care about the blowback from the left. You know, we don't have too many of those. The two guys that are there now, Bob Sexton or whatever, that other stupid guy's name, these guys are, it's almost as if the liberals picked them. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like the liberals picked them. They're all I hear daily from them is socialism. Yeah, it's that narrative that comes from the establishment Republicans, and I'm letting folks know that narrative is meant to lull the Republican to sleep. Yeah, that's it. The establishment don't even care about immigration. Before Trump came along, the establishment was fine losing. Do you understand? They were fine losing. They were like, well, we if we lose with money.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? As long as they making money, it's fine for them to lose the political fight and gosh darn the culture. When Trump came along, he changed that. He showed Republicans how to fight. Do you understand? He showed that to be a Republican, you got to be strong, because there's a liberal out there ready to tear you down. And it's the first time in my whole life that I've seen people join a political movement, love it, and cry in my whole generation of just my whole life. That's saying something. President Trump is saying something. Trump's legal team hires Florida's former Solicitor General. I want to go ahead and run this when I come back. We shall end this segment. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. I also want to give a shout out to Teresa Summers. She just donated, took our challenge on PayPal. Shout out to you. Absolutely. Here we go. Make sure you guys share.
But more developments first today. In the aftermath of the FBI search at Mar-a-Lago, a new lawyer joins the former president's team now, and more arguments are now coming to the judge. WPTV News Channel 5's Matt Cesny live for us this afternoon at the federal courthouse in West Palm Beach. Matt?
Shannon, we are expecting this afternoon the Department of Justice to electronically file a brief here with the new judge who is overseeing this request for a special master to look over the items that were seized at Mar-a-Lago. The legal team of the former president is looking to have this special master or expert go through the boxes of documents and separate things that they believe are not connected to that search warrant from August 8th. The Justice Department says they've already done that, and they are likely against this special master, especially since experts tell us the evidence may contain documents sensitive to national security. There's a hearing coming up on this in person here on Thursday. We talked with NBC political reporter based in Florida, Mark Caputo, about it.
DOJ is preparing something like a 40-page rebuttal to Trump's filing. So DOJ, I think, is recognizing that some of this battle it has to fight in the court of public opinion. It usually prefers not to do it, but the reality is that's where Trump is really taking them and calling them out, so to speak.
All right, in another development today, the Trump legal team has a new attorney on board. He is Chris Kise. He is a former Florida State Solicitor General who is regarded as having solid legal credentials and also has been politically active with the Republican Party here in the state for some time. We're live in West Palm Beach. Matt Cesny, WPTV News Channel 5.
Bow. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about that? Trump is upset about this raid. His legal team is on the DOJ's ass. And let me tell you something. His legal team is not stopping. We are now getting leaks from the DOJ, liberals, about what Trump had, what could be coming for him, right? They're talking about an indictment. Yeah, you turn on the news. MSNBC was just talking about an indictment. Yesterday, nobody is speaking about this, but yesterday, New York Times editorial board called for the indictment of President Trump. The New York Times editorial board. So the liberals now are calling for Trump's head, right? They say, hey, he had these documents. Get him, right? Now we have a discrepancy in how many documents he had that were classified. There's some people who are saying, hey, he only had like 13 documents. There's some people who are saying he had 200. The highest number I heard right now is 300 classified documents Trump had. I mean, by the time I wake up, it could be 1,000. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. But one thing I do know, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I do know, the truth will come out. And there will be a lot of people not happy. And one thing I do know about Trump, he does things correctly. That's why they can never get nothing on his ass. Mr. Jamal. And before I do that, I got to go ahead and give a shout out to Z Crisp on Rumble, donated on the Rumble chat. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Z Crisp. I missed you, and I'm sorry about that. Shout out to Z Crisp. Absolutely, shout out to Z Crisp. Mr. Jamal, what do you think about this here, sir? What do you think? Solicitor General is going to be joining Trump's team. The former Solicitor General, they're having a whole bunch of, petitions being thrown at the court. I mean, how far do you think this will go? Do you think that there will be an indictment out of this? What is your humble estimation?
We are witnessing America last days. There is no coming back from this. We have witnessed and been victims to liberal loons for too long.
You ain't lying.
We have witnessed liberals tear up stuff and burn stuff down. No accountability. Now we're witnessing someone whom we support, someone whom fought to actually represent us.
Yep, he
give
did.
us the stuff we asked for. You know, I hear these liberal Democrat trash tell us when we defend President Trump, you know, these people are willing to riot. They're willing to riot over Trump. Did you see what black folk did when they
swear to
killed
goodness.
I'm not even gonna mention George Floyd.
Oh,
I'm not
don't.
gonna mention that fentanyl crackhead who got what he deserved.
Yep.
I'm gonna talk about somebody whom
there
the
chasing
people
blues.
loved, but the opposition hated. When Martin Luther King was murdered, they rioted.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump brought America back for, say what you want, before the heebie-jeebie came, the China flu came, America was riding high.
Mm-hmm.
America was doing good. We had money in our pocket. We had, we were getting our representative back.
Yep, we certainly are.
They have lied on President Trump. We have seen them for who they are. They have hid evidence. This just came across the news right here. Department of Justice filed its response opposing an appointment of a special master. We have witnessed.
That's
them
another
come out
criminal. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
So say it again, Jermain.
I said that's another criminal move by the DOJ. I said, go ahead.
They don't want this exposed. This is why we cannot have Republicans going in there with this. We're going to unite the nation. There is no United Nations. The Republican Party sounds like a kid being bullied and sexually assaulted, trying to be friends with the sexually assaulter.
Yep.
Please don't pull me. Don't do that to me in the bathroom. It made me feel so uncomfortable. Instead of picking up an ice pick and going to work. That's the problem. That's what Republicans are doing. And the Democrats smell it. That's why all these young people act crazy. They're openly grooming our children. They're openly saying, hey, we do drag queen story hour and have little boys dancing on grown men to stick it to the liberals. Some should be stuck on them, and it should have the name of our show should be stuck in those baby groomers' face. Double barrel J's.
Bow. I'm telling you, that was fire assessment. Jamal, fire assessment. Let me tell you, that was a flamethrower right there. That was a flamethrower. President Trump, no matter what you want to say about him, he has changed America. He has changed a lot of people's lives, including me in your life. He has. Regardless of what you want to say. The liberal left will try anything right now to make sure that he doesn't run. They want to make sure that President Trump is either in a casket, in jail, or in hell. One of the three.
Yes.
And you can see right now what they're doing. This is what, ladies and gentlemen, an authoritarian state does. You see what they're doing. They go after political figures. They go after folks that they want gone. Look at what they did to Gavin McInnes.
Yes.
Right? You wanted to speak about that, Jamal. You have the floor. We got about 4 minutes. You have the floor on that one if you want to. Go ahead.
If y'all don't know, Gavin McInnes was arrested on live air.
Craziness.
Was it tonight or a couple days ago?
A couple of days ago.
They came in on his podcast. During the podcast, the FBI didn't want to get on camera.
They didn't. Nope.
Which happened when they came to my house. Oh, they didn't want to get on camera. FBI do not want to get on camera. They like to do sneaky stuff.
Yep.
And they came in, locked him up, and walk away. January the 6th is the Democrats' night of broken glass.
Mm-hmm.
The January the 6th is an excuse for Democrats to do night of broken glass, because January 6th was a mostly peaceful protest when American citizens accidentally went into an unprotected area.
You ain't lying.
One person was killed, Ashley Babbitt.
Absolutely.
And they got it on video, FBI informants encouraging people to breach the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
But none of them are being arrested.
None.
So, I'm telling you guys right now, they arrested this podcaster on his podcast, and he told the PBs, the boys that are proud, because you know you can't say their name because their YouTube will flag you.
Yep, I stopped saying them a long time ago because of that.
He told them don't come to January 6th. They didn't come as a group. They came individually, but they didn't wear the PP stuff. But they arrested Gavin McInnes tonight. A couple nights ago. On air. And made sure they turn the microphone down.
You can hear them saying that. Gosh darn criminals, ladies and gentlemen. Criminals. We may speak about what happened to Gavin tomorrow. But that's serious. Imagine being live on air and then they come and arrest you for January 6th. It's the most crazy BS in the world. Crazy. Anthony Allen, the FBI tried to go after him. He took some pictures at a national monument on the steps. The steps look like the Capitol. So what did the FBI did? They went and searched every type of picture that was on the web, especially on Facebook. That's what they did. They have that technology. And they went to Anthony Allen's home, the FBI.
Yeah.
And they wanted to arrest him. Had he have not proved that, hey, this picture is not at the Capitol, I wasn't at the Capitol. Had he have not proved it, his ass would have been locked up. Yeah, Anthony Allen, ain't that crazy?
Nope.
Think I'm playing. Go ask him. He'll tell you. He even did a post on it. So this is serious. Serious. Just you being a regular citizen, you can get your ass locked up just for being somewhere. Just for taking a picture. He took a picture of himself at a national monument that wasn't in D.C. But the steps look like it's at the Capitol, and they were trying to get him. They were dumb. So I want people to understand it's a very serious game of what's going on, and President Trump knows it right now. He certainly does right now. If he didn't know before, Jamal, he knows it's serious now. And he ain't gonna be playing around next time he get into office. How much you want to bet? How much you want? If Trump ain't gonna be playing around, how much you want to bet?
And that's what they terrified about. They know he coming for them. And I hate to say it, Jermain, and I know there are people who are in our comment section who support Governor DeSantis. They're not terrified of Governor DeSantis.
Oh, they're not at all.
They're not.
They
They're
fear
not worried
retribution.
about him. They're not terrified of Governor DeSantis like they are of Donald Trump.
They fear.
And Governor DeSantis has actually done a lot of conservative stuff, taking on the media, pushing back against the wokeness, but nothing like Donald Trump.
And if they were scared of Ron DeSantis, they would be coming after him like crazy. You see, they ain't coming after him, right? You see that, right? But they coming after Trump because they know Trump is going to seek retribution. He's an alpha male. He remembers who's a scumbag. And then guess what? He's so much of an alpha, he'll call them a scumbag in front of everybody's face. That's how much of an alpha he is. Yeah. And you know President Trump like that too. He quick to call out laziness if you're doing something wrong. He don't have a filter to hide your BS. Do you understand? He like my daddy. President Trump just like my daddy. Very honest. Boy, he'll say, yeah, my son Jermain, you see how lazy he is right here, right? That's the way my dad would speak. Yeah. To a lot of folks out there, you say, damn, Jermain, your dad rude as hell. No, my dad honest. Let me tell you. And guess what? When I stopped being lazy, he changed his speech. Oh, you see my son right there? He doing very good. Look at him. He made the honor roll the other day. Look at him. That you see that, right? From laziness to making the honor on him, he says what the truth is. And we need somebody like that in office. We need somebody like that representing us. Do you understand? We need somebody to be that honest and direct. We need that. So that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. And before I give off the send-off, I want to go ahead and make sure I give a shout-out to somebody who just donated here. I see it pop up. Sandra Terra Nova. Shout out to the beautiful Sandra Terra Nova. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for donating to the program. Absolutely. Man, what a show. Buddy Pal, my goodness gracious. The show is over. And let me tell you something. It was a beautiful show. Beautiful show.
I'm glad you're feeling good, Jermain. I'm glad that you're up, got your strength.
Woo.
You're looking good, Jermain. You're looking good.
I'm telling you, my back ain't aching like the other day. I can tell you that. You know, I still got a little bit more time before my back start yelling. Brother, you got any good words for our beautiful crowd? And they are beautiful. You got any good words for them? Last word.
I am proud to be a MAGA Republican.
Absolutely, me too.
I'm proud to stand with President Trump. Vladimir Zelensky of Ukraine is a thug. The media needs to stop lying, trying to make the Ukrainian army look like they're not. They're being destroyed. The military being destroyed. And we can't back down, period.
We can't back down. Let me tell you. Beautiful words from a strong man. I want to thank you so much here, Jamal, for hanging out with me. Taking the time to come on the show and, give us your take on these things that are happening that are affecting a lot of us here. I really do want to thank you, and I know our crowd here wants to thank you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here. I want to thank everybody for sharing, hitting that like button, and everybody for donating. All right? Absolutely. Mr. Jamal, I want to, again, thank you so much for coming on in here. And we shall see you guys here tomorrow for another episode. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. If you have not, hit that like button and make sure you do share, all right? You guys take care. Have a very, very beautiful night. And I'll catch you guys here later with another edition of Conservative Nation. Bye-bye.